In this short introductory lecture, I will try to demonstrate the advantages of using arrays as data structures by focusing on 5 core aspects. Let's go over these points one by one. Let's suppose we have scores of 5 students from a test and we want to perform a certain operation on all these numbers. So first we store all these values in both a list L as well as an array A. And the operation required here is to provide 5 grace marks to all the students and update their test scores. Now the way a list will handle this operation is by iterating through all the elements and also add 5 in each of these iterations. On the other hand, an array will require no such for loop, rather we can just add the number 5 to the array A. And writing it like this tells NumPy that we want to add the number 5 to all the array elements. Thus, in short, a list or any other data structure will require a for loop, whereas for an array, it will be a simple addition operation. Now, there is no denying that applying any such operation on all array elements requires a loop. But how NumPy optimizes on is by passing this task to the low-level language C, which is much more efficient than Python when it comes to loops. So all in all, we can perform any such arithmetic or comparison operation on all the array elements. And in fact, there is a larger list of such operations. And the way it gets handled is NumPy delegates such kind of a task to a pre-compiled, highly optimized code written in the programming language C, which takes care of the loop part. Thus, the operation happens simultaneously over many values instead of one item at a time. This process is called as vectorization and it is much faster compared to running a for loop which performs the operation on one item at a time. In this last example, I will demonstrate how easily can an array interact with a list. Here we use the previous example of student scores in 3 subjects. And similar to earlier, we want to give grace marks to students, but this time we want to give different grace marks depending on the subject. So for subject 1, the grace marks is 1, for subject 2 it is 3, and for subject 3 it is 5. Like earlier, first we store this information in both a list L as well as an array A. For the list, we add the grace marks by using a nested for loop, which actually looks complicated. Whereas for the array, we just need to add A with the list grace, and that's it. Although this particular operation happens through broadcasting, which is one of the concepts we cover in future chapters, but the point that I'm trying to make here is that the list grace interacts well and much easily with the array A compared to the list L. In the chapters to come, we will cover these aspects in more detail. Not only it will give you a better clarity, but also a good command on how to use NumPy arrays and NumPy functions to enhance productivity.